Aidan McGee's here. Morning.
Morning to you both.
Can we talk FA Cup to begin with?
Without doubt, Maidstone United yesterday, they are 3 divisions below Football League. They pulled off one of the great FA Cup upsets yesterday.
Ooh.
So they went to Ipswich Town. They took 4,500 fans there. Maidstone's not a small place. It's quite a big place. They don't have much footballing heritage. They did have a Football League... Well, they were a Football League club about 30 years ago. I used to go and watch them, actually. They lived around the corner. They were based around the corner from my nan, because they used to play... They were so skint, they used to play in Dartford.
All right.
And so they haven't had any form since then at all. They've not been on the map until yesterday. They go to Ipswich Town. Ipswich Town are doing very well this season. They're second in the Championship. They could easily be in the Premier League. They're as good as they've been in 20 years. And Maidstone United... Talk about taking your chances, Stephen. Maidstone United had 2 shots on goal, scored 2 goals. Ipswich had 38. 13 on target, only managed one. Only managed one. It's one of those days, you know, when you go, you need things to be running your favour if you're going to get a result like this. Ipswich hit the post 3 or 4 times. The goalkeeper for Maidstone was absolutely fantastic. Everything went in their favour, and what a performance. They're managed by a guy called George Ellacobi, who had a very stellar Premier League career with Wolverhampton Wanderers. And, you know, I mentioned the 4,500 people who went. I sit here sometimes saying, is this a big priority for big clubs, the FA Cup? Yes, it's for tradition, but try telling those fans yesterday. It didn't matter to them. They had a massive party in Maidstone last night, I can tell you that. And just to put it in context, no team as low down as this has reached the 5th round of the FA Cup since 1978. Blythe Spartans managed it, and they'll be in the draw on Monday night. They were the second. City went through on Friday, and so Maidstone United joined them. And there'll be the draw. The draw will be on Monday night. They'll be hoping for a plum tie, won't they?
Good on them. Yeah. Good on them. I like a giant killer.
Yeah, exactly. You don't see it that often. I mean, but this is really low. This is one of the great ones. And I mean, there were people talking about it at the station yesterday. People heading back to Kent. I've heard that, mate. I'll be honest. I interrupted the conversation when I overheard someone on the tube saying, "I've heard Maidstone United win it at Ipswich." I said, "Yeah, I've had it confirmed." Then we all lost signal.
There you go. That's Tinternet for you.
What's Jurgen Klopp up to today?
So they're playing Norwich City today. So this is the first game since he announced he'll be stepping down at the end of the season. That's 2:30. And then Man United face Newport County in Wales at 4:30. A bit of controversy overnight. Marcus Rashford was pictured in a Belfast nightclub on Wednesday. It's since emerged that he was also there on Thursday. Now, the subplot to this, Anne, is that he told his manager on Friday, when they were due to train, that he wasn't well. So I assume... So I assume he's not going to be in contention today, but it's a sign that his life, his career is... It's not what it was maybe a year or 2 ago, because it's not the first time.
Boy, wasn't he?
He was indeed. Yeah, he had the school dinners. He was playing. I mean, he scored 30-odd goals last season. Absolutely outstanding. It was really good for England at the World Cup as well. But I wonder whether Gareth Southgate has a decision to make, because this summer the Euros are coming up. He needs to find some form quickly, and this won't have done him any favours. He has a friend who plays for Larne in Northern Ireland. He went over to see him in a private jet. They had 2 nights out in a row in a nightclub. These days, you just can't do that. People have got camera phones.
Well, that's it. You'll get found out, won't you?
Don't get no such thing as privacy. No such thing. When you're that famous, you're one of the most famous people in Europe in football terms, and you go out and do that. I mean, it's a sign that, to me, it's someone who has given up on his Manchester United career.
I'll tell you what, he probably needs taking down a peg or 2, and I don't mean that nastily. I mean, to safeguard him.
Probably, yeah. He's still young, and
this is the problem with these footballers. They're very young with buckets of money.
They are, and they have to grow up
We'd all go mad, wouldn't we?
You would. I know. Yes. People forget how the age thing is very important. People forget how young they are when they have to grow up in public.
But that's why you need a good manager, isn't it? Somebody who
you do, and he's a disciplinarian, and he won't tolerate.
But he cares more about the team than the individual stars.
Well, he does. I mean, you have to do a bit of both. Actually, the top managers have to. You realise that some players need specific management. He is probably the most famous player in that squad, just because his fame transcends the sport for the reasons Stephen mentioned just then. But when you're saying you're ill, yes, he's probably right, as you said.
He is ill.
Then that doesn't look good at all.
Well, I was ill, Gov. I was. Tell us about Arina Sabalenka.
Fantastic.
She did brilliantly yesterday, didn't she?
Well, she just swatted away her opponent in 2 sets, 6-2, 6-3. But she has this superstitions. Now, she's been claiming that the keeping it fun before matches, which she doesn't tend to do. She was guilty of taking things a bit too seriously. With the prizes at stake, it's understandable. But she signs her fitness trainer, Jason Stacey's head before every game.
She signs his head?
Yeah, and
What,
he
you're going to
sits there and
say
watches
Jason
it.
Statham there?
No, he looks a bit like Jason Statham.
Yeah, let's, if
You
we
could sign
can
this
get that
one, couldn't you?
picture
You could do,
up
yeah.
again of her actually. I thought she's patting him on the head, but she's not. She's actually signing her name
He's
on his
signing
head.
it, yeah. So he sits there. I mean, I would amazed if the ink doesn't run in that heat. would
Yeah.
you?
Oh.
You know,
But
with
she
all the sweat.
insists on doing that.
She insists
'cause
on
it gives
doing
her
that.
good
And
luck.
a great performance yesterday. I mean, ruthless in the final. She retained it, became the first player to retain that tournament. It's so tough to win it down there. You know the conditions down there. And she did it for the first time in 10 years. Someone actually retained the tournament.
But today we've got Sinner and Medvedev.
Absolutely, yeah. Good final there. The final we haven't seen before. Medvedev's been to a few before. He won the US Open in 2021. He's been in 2 finals in Australia, hasn't won them so far. Today could be the day for him. But Yannick Sinner, as you mentioned yesterday, the former skier, is his career going to be going downhill from here? Hopefully, for him. But 8:30.
He's 22.
I know he is, yeah.
Isn't he? So if he does that, I mean, he'd be the next big star.
And I'll tell you, you've been waiting for a while in the men's game for a cluster of players to come up and just fill that void below Murray, Federer, Nadal, Djokovic. Maybe we're just seeing the beginnings of that now. And we're seeing 2 different names in the final today, and it'd be great. It's 8:30 start as well in Melbourne.
Yeah, well, hopefully they'll play full 5 sets, and I might get to see the last set or something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing with the women's game. They play
over too quickly.
I know it is. I think it should be a best of 5 sets. They're imperious athletes. They should be able to do that length of time on a court.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I've said it.
Yeah,
Oh, well, there you go.
you
I said it.
Yeah.
Why not? Aidan, thank you. We'll catch
you
up with you a
later.
little bit later on.